Hey everybody, I just want to do a pre-video to the video, and that is that I have a big announcement at the end of the video. So please watch to the end of the video to get the announcement because I forgot to put it at the beginning of the video. Hi everybody, it's Susan Lynn, Psychic Medium. How are you today? Thank you for joining me. We're going to talk about something really cool. We're going to talk about signs. We're going to talk about signs that come from the universe, that come from God, that come from heaven, that come from crossed over loved ones, that come from your spirit guides and angels. Everybody's sending you signs. Sometimes we just don't get the message. So let's talk about that. What kind of signs are there? What do they mean? Do they mean anything? How do I know if it is a sign? We're going to answer all these questions right now, and I'm hopefully going to do it quickly as I recorded a really nice video and it didn't record. Was that a sign? I don't know. My dad is a prankster and he's on the other side. So we're going to ask him right now to stop. Nicely. Okay, so wonderful. Good to have you here today. Here's the thing. Let me talk about let's go with the most common signs. The most common signs for the majority of people out there are numbers. A lot of us see repeating numbers. We see 1111, 444, 555, 112, 222, just repeating numbers in those kind of in that sphere, if you will. You might see them on license plates as you drive. You might see them on the clock. You might see them at your work if you work with numbers often. You might see them on billboards. People see them everywhere. And some people tend to see numbers more than other people. Now, I'm not a number person. I am not good at math. I'm not drawn to numbers. It's like Chinese. Might as well be speaking Chinese to me because I don't know what you're talking about. But my guides do send me number signs. They'll send me 111 or 222 or 444. A couple of weeks ago, they went through a rash and sent me number signs about 3 times a day. That's very unusual for me. It might not be unusual for you, but I think it might be. Typically, we see them once a day, twice a day, and they go through like you might see them once a day for a week. But to see them 4 or 5 times a day for several days in a row is basically your guides going, please listen to me. We want to talk to you. And I am stubborn, so there is that. So, when that happens, what do? Well, what I think you should do is look at your life. Is there a part of your life, is there a decision that you've been mulling over? Or were you on the path of making a decision? You had made the decision and you were going forward with your decision, but you stopped because you got confused, or maybe you thought, I don't know, maybe this isn't the right way, I'm lost. Or you can't make your decision about something because you just can't quite accept the decision, or you're just not sure you have all the information. When you see these repeating numbers, that's your guides on the other side cheerleading you. And at this point, you can imagine them to be in little cheerleading outfits. Go, 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 go. Okay, they don't typically warn you as much as encourage you. Okay, so if they're going to warn you, it's going to be very rarely and it'll be in a different way. But typically they want to encourage you. Now, some of the numbers mean different things, and this is true. And you can look them up online very quickly and easily. So I would suggest you do that. Whenever I see 444, I can never remember the meaning. All you numerologists out there will know immediately what that means. I can't remember. I just go to my phone. I look up 444, angel number meaning, okay? You can look up 444 numerology meaning. You can look it up however you want. Whatever resonates with you is how you need to understand it. My message to you is that they are trying to get a message to you. So I'm just giving you that extra heads up that yes, they are communicating with you. When you see numbers, look them up. Think about your life. Think about what area of your life that you may be struggling with, or you may not have made a decision about, or something like that. And then apply that message to that area. Sometimes it's just, we support you. And that's 99% of the time because honestly, from their standpoint, you can't make a bad decision, because if you make a bad decision, it's just a lesson. And they like lessons, sadly. But I shouldn't have said that, because now you're going to be like, I don't want to trust the number anymore. Listen, you have discernment. That's another one of our lessons, right? So if you're trying to make a decision and you see 111, which means, hey, you're supported, go for it. What's the worst that can happen? Anyway, let's move on. Also from heaven, from the other side, animals. Listen, I know you want to see, let's say, a dragonfly. I had a client just recently that wanted to see a dragonfly, told her daughter before her daughter passed, I want to see a dragonfly. When I see a dragonfly, I'm going to think of you. Well, guess what? Her daughter said, I'm going to send you a cardinal. And that's what happened. So I'm in a reading and I'm like, your daughter says that she sent you a cardinal and that the cardinal was on your kitchen window and was pecking at the window, trying to get your attention. And my client's eyes got this big. And she said, it was on my kitchen window. I took pictures. It wouldn't go away. I'm like, that's your daughter. And she said, well, I asked for dragonflies. No kidding. Well, her daughter's her own person. She wanted cardinals, so she sent cardinals. This happens a lot. If you ask a family member to send you a sign and you agree, quote unquote, on a sign and they don't send it to you, or the medium that you go to says they sent you a this instead of a that, then, it's not that the medium has it wrong. It's that your loved one on the other side decided for whatever reason to send you something else. It could be that they just thought it was funny to send you a cardinal instead of a dragonfly. This same young lady sent her father a snake in his mailbox. I kid you not. So the next thing I said was, well, she sent another animal to her father and it was a snake. And her dad's like, it sure was. I opened the mailbox and it was in my mailbox. How do these things happen? I don't know. Okay. I'm just telling you my experiences. So anyway, they send you pennies, dimes. You always say pennies from heaven. Absolutely. They'll send you whatever they think that you may get or that they particularly are fond of. I'll tell you a story that my dad is crossed over, as I mentioned, the prankster. He always gave us kids $2 bills when we were growing up and was like, what do you do with this? I don't know. But it was something memorable, right? Because who does that? So when my dad crossed over and I got a little inheritance, and I had to go to the bank to get a notary for some part of the paperwork. And I paid cash with the bank. Don't ask me why I did it. I don't know why. I had an account there. I don't know. Because this is why. So she said, oh, I can get you change. And guess what she paid me in, you guys? A $2 bill. That's my dad and me. That's a $2 bill. She paid me in a $2 bill in a transaction connected to an inheritance I got from my dad. Okay, so that, hello. So another thing that I'll tell you that happens to me, this is very specific, and I'm sure, you can share in the comments something very specific that happens to you as well. But I like balls. I'll just, do mindless things like throw them. I'm not a jock. I wasn't a jock. I played softball very badly. So it goes to show you that even though, let's say you love piano, you're not a pianist, you're not going to be playing with the symphony, but it's something that you like. So I just, I like balls. I would have like a little Nerf ball thing in my office, whatever. Not very many people know this about me, honestly. Actually, very few people, probably 5, know this about me. See, I'm doing it right now. And so I had my best friend died. When she died, she actually committed suicide. So that's a whole nother thing we can talk about at a later date. But she started sending me balls. And they're like, it took 6 months. I didn't pay. I saw them and I thought, why is there a ball there? Did y'all see that? That's so bizarre. There's a ball, They would be in parking lots. They would be in the lawn where I would step on it, but nobody else would. They would be inside buildings. The craziest places where balls can't be, right? Just shouldn't be. They can be, but not typical. Again, whatever happens that's not typical, that's when you pay attention and you say, this isn't typical. Who's trying to send me a message, right? So she sends me balls. Let me tell you the significance of some of these balls. I also lost my brother. I have a lot of people on the other side. And I was taking a hike in some woods, and I get lost all the time. Basically, I stay lost. So I was bushwhacking, trying to find the trail. And I was actually in the woods because I was supposed to be planning his funeral, but my sister and I got really over it, and we decided to take a walk in this local park, and then we decided to take a shortcut, and then we got lost. So here I am in the middle of the woods. Look what I found. A ball. This isn't any typical ball. It's not a tennis ball. I think it's a lacrosse ball or something. I don't know, but it's in the middle of the woods, deep in the woods, right? This is what I find. While I'm basically planning my brother's funeral. I told my sister, you're going to find one too, I bet. 10 steps later, she found a golf ball. Now, what are the odds of this ball and a golf ball being in the middle of the woods, off the trail, and have us find them? Okay, I'm going to tell you, the odds aren't good. So let me go on. I took my dad's inheritance and I bought a house. I didn't want to buy this house because it was too small and I wanted a bigger house, and I argued with him about it a lot. But of course he's on the other side. But this house was the steal. It was the steal of the century. It was as if my dad arranged for it to happen. It should never have been this cheap. An investor bought it, and he was flipping it without doing anything to it. It needed a lot of work, but I'm telling you that I bought it probably a good $60,000 undervalued. $60,000. So when I go to look at it, now I'm trying to buy another house. I'm trying to buy another house, and the deal keeps falling through. And I'm like, golly, what the heck? So I keep getting drugged back to this house. Meanwhile, there's a lot of people trying to buy this house. So I go look at it, and I find a ball. I don't even know what this is. I don't know. But anyway, I bought it, and I lived in it, and I loved it, and then I sold it for a lot of profit. Which leads me to the next house I bought. So then I bought it. I went to look at another house. Guess what I found? A ball. And you can see, if I can make it work in the camera, you can see that I wrote the date, 9/14/19, 29/10/14. This is another house that I bought that I currently rent out. So they send me balls. Are you ready? Look at all the balls, y'all. Some of them have dates. Some of them don't. It's insane, y'all. It's crazy. So anyway, my peeps send me balls. Your peeps may send you something else. Let me talk about guardian angels again. Let's go back to guardian angels. We're at 12 minutes. I like feathers. I think feathers have magical properties to me or something. And when I was going through a particularly bad breakup, I went and got a condo on the water. It wasn't on the water, but there was a dock on the water. As long as I'm near the water, I'm happy. If I can walk to it, I'm happy. Sitting on the dock with my dog, and a white feather would float down out of nowhere. There's nothing above me. Right into the water. And I would be like, what? WTF, you know? Now at this point, I had already started getting balls. I think I had started getting balls at this point. So I was kind of cued in that, you know, things like this could happen. And, you know, they would just send you feathers to say, you're blessed. You're going through a hard time, but you're blessed. Everything is going to be okay. They're going to send you things you pay attention to. Okay. So some people I actually have a friend that finds 4-leaf clovers. Y'all, I can stare at those clovers. I can lay on my stomach and stare at them and not find a 4-leaf clover. And she can walk right up beside me and pluck it out. And it's a 4-leaf clover. So they're going to personalize this for you. Maybe you find pennies, dimes, feathers. There's a lot of things. But I want you to understand that they send you the feathers when, or the message, right? When you're supported. Look at all these feathers that I have found. Okay, look at the blue one. And then this one's got this beautiful, but look what I found just recently. This is the biggest, best, awesomest feather that I've ever found. This is a white pelican feather. Pelicans migrate here in the winter They do not live here all the time, and there's really only about 5 of them here. So what are they trying to tell me? You're okay. You're going to be okay. You have big support. Look at this feather. You have big love. You have big support. Everything's going to be okay. Just keep doing what you're doing. Do the best you can do. That's all we ask, is for you to do the best that you can do. Love yourself. Take care of yourself and know that everything is going to be okay. So can you see how they're connected to you? How they're sending you messages all the time? You know, and like I said, I spent 6 months not noticing these balls. It took me 6 months. Did you see the camera shake? That's how heavy they are. So, you know, they could be sending you things for a long time, and it just takes a while for our analytical mind to say, you know, that's not normal. That cardinal is not acting normal. That rabbit, that's not normal. It's not normal for a rabbit to be on my front porch step when I open the door. There's no grass there. There's no vegetation there. Why is it there? Well, if something's not acting normal, it's because something else is helping it not act normal to get a message to you. So what do you do when you get these messages? Be grateful. Thank you for my messages. Thank you for my messages. Thank you for the support. Thank you for supporting me. I feel supported and I'm grateful. Thank you. Or, hi, Dad. I'm sorry I didn't agree with you about the house, but you were right, as usual. He was a penny pincher. I mean a penny pincher, y'all. A penny pincher. And he was right. And thank you, Dad, for that abundance. Thank you, Dad, for holding all those people that were trying to buy that house off so that I could buy it. I still can't believe that. And I'm sorry that I was, you know, a little stubborn, but I get it from you. So anyway, you can talk to them like that. You know, I mean, they're there. You don't need a medium necessarily to talk to them. You can talk to them all the time. Now, listening, getting messages might be a little bit harder, but you can work on that too. You can work on that too. One more thing. I'm really getting long here. 2 things. People affect electricity. People on the other side, your loved ones that have crossed over, that are in heaven, they can affect electricity. Energy is energy. Electricity is energy. Very much easier for them to affect electricity than it is for them to move things in your house. They can. I had a reading recently where the dad said he moved a card, and I couldn't get exactly what kind of card. Mostly my fault. But I kept saying he moved a card. There's a card, a credit card, a card. Well, he moved her license in her wallet. It wasn't in the usual, you know, window. It was over here where the credit cards were. And she did. She's like, I would never do that. I'm a creature of habit. Hello, that's your dad. He's saying hi. So, you know, they do move things, but they more often than not do electricity. Lights go on, off. Your remote, your TV comes on, off. The volume goes up, down. The garage door goes up and down, or gets stuck up or stuck down, and you know, whatever. Like right now I did half a video and the camera didn't record. First time this has ever happened. I'm not going to blame it on my dad, even though he's a prankster. I have quite a few people on the other side who are pranksters and who want to tell me, hey, this is about us. Cool. We want you to know that we're here with you. Right? So what do? Stop my camera from recording. That's nice. Not really. That's not nice. Don't do that no more. I don't like it. So anyway, you can communicate with them, right? So whenever these things happen, you know, if you have a prankster on the other side, you can go, ha, 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 yeah, thanks, don't do that no more. Or, you know, you can say, hey, that's cool. Thanks for this penny. Or, wow, thanks for bringing this dragonfly in. I love you too, Mom. That's what they want to hear. They want to hear that you know they're there, and I just got chills because my mom is on the other side too. But I don't think she's brought a dragonfly. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But they just want to hear that you acknowledge them, that you love them, you miss them, you know, because what they're doing is sending you love. It's not easy. It's not easy. So for those of you people that say, I never get signs from my loved ones, let's talk to you for a minute. I never get a sign. Never, ever, ever. Does that mean my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, my partner, my child, doesn't love me. No, it doesn't mean that. It does not mean that. It means a lot of things. First of all, personality. If you have a son on the other side who wouldn't send you a Mother's Day card but would make you a brisket, you know, that's just how they show love. They show love differently, okay? So they're not, and I must be talking to somebody specifically because I'm getting this message. It's not that they don't love you, it's that they have a hard time showing it. Do you know how that is? Some guys, some people, mostly guys, you know, it's like, oh, I'm, you know, too embarrassed to show I love her or whatever, you know, that kind of macho thing. It doesn't mean they don't love you. But it does mean that it embarrasses them. And yes, it does still embarrass them on the other side. They have their same personality on the other side, which is why my dad is still a prankster over there, because he was a prankster over here. And my brother, also a prankster over here and a prankster over there. So I got two pranksters over there. So, you know, and I have a friend that sends me balls, you know, I don't know. But just because you don't get signs doesn't mean they don't love you. It doesn't mean they're not with you all the time. I would venture to say that they do things that, and again, I might be talking to somebody specifically here or a few of you specifically, but they send you signs like, have you ever had a warning, like a thought about like, I need to get my tires checked. Something just told me, I don't know. And then, you know, before you know it, you're like pulling in to get your tires checked. Does that ever happen to you? Like you're thinking, well, I had a lot to do today, but I just decided I need to get my tires checked. And it's a good thing I did because one of them was low or one of them had a soft spot on the side or I had a nail in one. Listen, this stuff happens to us all the time and we just brush it off. All the time people say, I don't know why I decided to go get that looked at, but it's a good thing I did because you want to know what happened? I don't know why I decided to get that looked at. Let me tell you why you decided to get that looked at. It wasn't you. It was either your guides, your angels, your brother that's crossed over, your father that's crossed over, whoever that's crossed over, put a little thought in your mind and then helped you do it. Now, this happens more often when we're just daydreaming and driving along, okay? Because when we're constantly thinking, we have a very hyper analytical mind, it's hard for them to get messages to us because it's like merging onto a freeway when everybody's doing 95 miles an hour and you're just trying to get up to 60 because you just came from a stop, okay? They can't merge in that. So they need to wait for an opening. So when your opening is when you're just daydreaming. You're not thinking about anything in particular, and they sneak that thought in. That could be your angels. It could be your guides. It could be your loved ones on the other side that love you and are sending you a message in this way. It doesn't always have to be a butterfly or a dragonfly or pennies or coins or balls or whatever, okay? It doesn't always have to be that. So I don't want anybody to think that because you're not getting a sign, you're not loved. That is not the case. That is not the case at all. Maybe that same son that it would make you a brisket has a neighbor bring you brisket, and you think, wow, that's just like my son used to make. How odd that this guy brought me a brisket. I mean, it's really weird. Again, anything out of the ordinary is a sign. So you just have to open your awareness. You have to broaden your awareness to be able to see all the potential ways they send you signs, okay? So this video has gone on a little bit longer than I thought, but I get kind of excited, and as you can see, I have a lot of signs. I want to say one more thing, and that is that I'm giving away a free reading. Yay! So you can actually talk to your loved ones on the other side and see what signs they've been sending you. So here's how this works. All you have to do is write in the comments giveaway. That's it. Just write in the comment, just write the word giveaway and you will be entered. I'm going to be pulling the name for the reading on December 14th. And you can have your reading anytime after that time. The reading is for one person and it's for 1 hour. So pretty exciting, right? I think so myself. I'm actually pretty excited about it. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing really well. I want to send you all my blessings. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. If you like it, please hit the thumbs up button. I'm really trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to get this awareness out there for people. I just do it to help you, so I hope it does. And everybody have a wonderful day wherever you are, and take care.